There's another question, and this question came online by Anton. It says, how does being registered to carry a gun and knowing how to properly use it translates to reduce violence? I'm sure it makes a difference.
If you attended the class, there's a video of the director of public safety, and he said that the handgun permit course is designed to give the citizens of Tennessee the ability to fight crime.
Oh my.
Now, this is crime that is being enacted upon the individual, not you going out being Batman, Spider-Man, you know, some kind of vigilante. This is you being able to meet with the highest form of confrontation, okay, in a illegal or criminal act, okay? So that is the purpose of it, to reduce crime. If everybody is carrying, or the majority of people is carrying, then the mentality is the criminal is going to have second thoughts about trying to rob or steal or break in, so on and so forth.
I thought too, I said, well, if they think that, you know, this person is probably carrying, you know, then I don't know. And then I thought about it again. I said, no, just find another way to do it.
Right, you know, ambush style, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of them are doing. They're doing the ambush style where you don't have time to respond.
Right.
But that's only if you're in a, what we call a condition white. And in a condition white, you're oblivious to your surroundings. You know, if you in public, you're doing something private or semi-private in public, and you're not paying attention to your surroundings. And this is what they look for: people that's not, you know, that's not having any situational awareness.
You're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
There's a saying I say at the end of each of my shows: pay attention or pay the consequences. You're going to pay either way. So you might as well pay attention, because you might not be able to afford paying the consequences.
So I got a question. So if there's a situation to where I buy a gun off the streets, not knowing whether or not it has any crimes tied to it, but once I purchase it, I take it upon myself to create a bill of sale, so I can show that I tried to legally purchase it from the assumed owner.
Right.
And if there's anything to that weapon, would that cover me if anything was to come up my way?
Yes, that is a type of coverage. If you can have a certain information, a certain amount of information that would be able to track to who you purchased it from, then yes, you know, now they can say, okay, you bought this gun under good intention,
right?
Okay, good faith. You good faith purchased this, thinking that this was legitimate from this particular person,
right?
And yes, so
that
definitely helps.
Okay, well, I'll jump in before mine slips. I had a guy to Melvin Brown. If you're listening, I wish you would call in. I know you're on Facebook, and I can't find your question again. But JC, he was saying he really doesn't want to carry, doesn't want to, but he almost feels like he should, because you're going to have so many people carrying. The gangsters, I think he said, they're going to be carrying anyway.
Right, they're carrying anyway, so they don't care nothing about
and
laws.
so what do you think about that? Even though the brother says, I don't necessarily want to carry, but maybe I should just
think about anyway. Well, like me, one of the hats I wear is risk analysis, risk management, threat assessments. If you're going to prepare, you prepare for the worst case scenario. And that worst case scenario is somebody pulling a gun or shooting at you. And if you don't have something equal to that, then you become victim. So this is the whole consensus of being prepared. Pre meaning before, and paired meaning equally or better than what's coming. So if you're not prepared, you are potentially putting yourself in a position of victimization. What we're looking at is if the administration start properly busting up this old cultural mentality. I tell people all the time, if you're a police officer and you're arguing with somebody, you're in a situation, you are the trained individual in that equation. And you have more responsibility than that other person. And if it get to the point where you can't handle it, you got the ability to call backup.
Yeah.
So step on out, step away. Know when to say when. But a lot of them with that whole ego, they don't want to let go. They don't want to let loose. It's like, I call it a dog on the bone mentality. And it could be something small, like swerving.
Right.
And it go from swerving to what? Somebody getting beat near their life because they don't know how to de-escalate themselves.
So,
Well, selective enforcement ticks us off. We like, oh, well, folks do this all the time. And man, what you tripping on, man? All I did was jaywalk. Well, my thing is be above reproach. One of the things about like the self-defense law, first thing, component of the self-defense law, you can't be illegal in any shape, form, or fashion in order to participate in the self-defense law. So what type of argument do you have when you are breaking the law? If you're breaking the law and you get stopped for breaking the law, or they pause you, and then you say, man, folks do it all the time, or man, we do it all the time. Come on.
Right.
That just means that eventually you're going to get caught. And when you get caught, take it on the chin and keep it moving.
Right.
But arguing the fact that you wrong, man, that's some adolescent dumb stuff. That's crazy.
That's exactly what that is.
And pretty much in any situation or instance to where the police approach you, you are considered a criminal, because if you're pulled over for no blinker, you broke a law. So now you're looked at as a criminal.
Well, in the courts, it's what? Innocent until proven guilty. In the courts. But on the street, it's guilty until proven innocent. All right. So if you do have some type of violation, because mind you, it's a violation. All you got to do is keep your cool.
Listen.
And stick to what's going on, because they will try to play the okie doke on you and be like, I know I stopped you for not having your lights on. Where the dope at? And it change it on you. Where you coming from? Where you going? You keep it on track. Keep your cool and keep it on track.
One of the reasons that we wanted to do this show tonight is because we know we've seen what happens, especially with a lot of these shootings that's happened, and it's been happening, but now we just have cameras to kind of capture it. But what we want to do is we want to make sure that our community is safe. And we're not, I don't want anybody to think that I'm anti-police. In fact, Brother JC is a police officer. So we're not anti-police, but we are pro-community. And the police are a part of our community, as well as our brothers and sisters in our community. So this information that you're getting, this is the kind of stuff that we need, that we need to share with our friends. And if you missed it on WVOL, you can always go to the Brothers Roundtable or the Black Family Talks Facebook page and listen to this show and share it again. because this is the information that we need in order to save our brothers and sisters' lives.
Yes.
And like how Brother JC said, survive the encounter and make, because we can argue it in court. I ran that light or I didn't run that light. We can argue this in court. But if I'm arguing on the street and, you have this confrontation where I'm murdered, then we can't argue that in court. That's you in the ground. So what we want to do is make sure we listen to this information, give this information to your brothers and sisters, and let people know that this is the kind of thing that we need to be able to save our lives, and that's just
that's what it's about.
One thing that I've noticed in my journey as an instructor and a speaker is that repetition. We know the Oscar Mayer song because we heard it so much.
That's right.
We know Rapper's Delight because we heard it so much. We need to be listening to stuff like this more often so that we know it. We have to know these things. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to guess. We don't have to assume. These are things we have to know because it will save our lives.
Yes,
So if you have any questions, you want me to come out and speak to your people, to your organization, you can reach me directly at 615-669-1558, or you can email me at jc@jcshegog.com. That's jc@jcshegog.com.